Some important updates for you from a major UN report that was released on Monday. This report is called Climate Change 2023 Synthesis Report, and it is the final part of a huge scientific assessment by the IPCC, which is the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. This report is very important because it tells us how close we are to reaching the 1.5 degrees centigrade limit of global warming, which is the point where the impacts of climate change will become very dangerous and irreversible. It also tells us what we need to do to avoid crossing that limit, and how we can make our world more fair and resilient to climate change. So, what does the report say? Well, first of all, it confirms that humans are the main cause of all the global heating that has happened over the past 200 years. Because of our burning of fossil fuels and deforestation, we have increased the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, which trap more heat from the sun. This has led to a current temperature rise of 1.1 degrees centigrade above pre-industrial levels, which may not sound like a lot, but it has already caused a lot of changes in our climate. For example, we have seen more frequent and intense heat waves, droughts, floods, storms, wildfires, and sea level rise, which have affected millions of people and ecosystems around the world. The report warns us that every increment of warming will come with more extreme weather events and more irreversible losses. But there is still hope. The report says that we can still limit global warming to 1.5 degrees centigrade if we act fast and drastically reduce our greenhouse gas emissions in this decade. To do that, we need to take action across all sectors and by everyone at all levels. We need to switch to renewable energy sources like solar and wind, improve our energy efficiency, use public transport or electric vehicles, eat less meat and more plant-based foods, reduce our waste and consumption, plant more trees and protect natural habitats, and support green innovation and technology. We also need to make sure that our action is fair and just for everyone, especially for those who are most vulnerable and affected by climate change. We need to help them adapt to the changing conditions and reduce their climate risks. The report says that by doing these things, we can not only avoid the worst impacts of climate change, but also improve our well-being, health, security, and equality. The UN Secretary-General, Antonio Guterres, said, "This report is a clarion call to massively fast-track climate efforts by every country and every sector and on every time frame. Our world needs climate action on all fronts. Everything, everywhere, all at once." Some countries have already taken steps to accelerate their climate action in 2023. For instance, the US passed the Inflation Reduction Act, which will provide a decade of funding for boosting renewable energy and reducing carbon emissions. However, more efforts are needed globally to avoid crossing the 1.5 degrees centigrade threshold and ensure a livable future for all. So, what do you think about this report? Do you think we can still limit global warming to 1.5 degrees centigrade? What are you doing to reduce your carbon footprint and help fight climate change? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more updates on climate change. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.